We're going to do public comments. First, and if we had, I think, 3 commenters that submitted cards, if they could go ahead and stage themselves. We'll start with Mr. Buttner, and then Ms. Orth, and then Mr. Metzger. And before we jump into the comments, I just want to say too, we did receive a letter ahead of the board meeting. Copies of that letter are available at the table. It was for an item that was not within the jurisdiction, a project that was outside of the jurisdiction of the Sierra Nevada Conservancy, but that comment letter is available, and the executive staff responded to that. So with that, we'll turn to public comment. I'm going to limit public comment if we can, keep it to 3 minutes per person. And with that, we'll start with you, Mr. Buttner.
That letter is from me. Thank you very much. My name is Christopher Buttner. I'm a Murphy's homeowner, and my family's life savings are invested in Calaveras County. Thank you for 3 minutes of your attention. This community and several nearby wildland urban interface communities in the dense timber belt of the 4-county South Central Sierra Subregion are under an extraordinary new threat of a catastrophic fire of man-made origin and negligence erupting 12 miles to the east of here in Arnold behind Meadowmont Center. We drove past Meadowmont Center twice yesterday during our Calaveras Big Trees State Park road trip. This threat of catastrophic fire has a name: Electric Vehicle Charging Station, EVCS, Tesla Supercharger. A rationally cited EVCS would have been a very desirable addition to Arnold. Unfortunately, this is not it. The EVCS site selection process and its construction at this precarious location was irrational and irresponsible. I've been advised this week by the leadership of the SNC that the agency has no authority to take any action on the project described in my letter. I respectfully request that SNC reconsider that position and examine its core mission more closely. SNC, a state agency, is tasked with building resilience in California's Sierra Cascade region, inclusive of improving the environmental, economic, and social well-being. That should include doing everything possible in SNC's power as a state agency to ensure our region is not reduced to ash from a 100% preventable and forewarned man-made calamity. The seed of a potential firebomb capable of laying waste to communities in the 4-county South Central Sierra Subregion was negligently sited in a vulnerable location in distressingly close proximity to a densely forested neighborhood, large capacity propane tanks, and unregulated traffic with limited ingress and egress. Regardless of how rapidly fire officials claim they are capable of effectively responding to the scene of a potential EV fire at this location, it is unlikely fast enough to suppress the potentially devastating effects of thermal runaway. Here are some recent catastrophic fires you're all familiar with: Lahaina, Pacific Palisades, Rim Butte, Paradise, Eaton, Tubbs, Caldor. I can go on. I urge SNC today to reconsider its position on my request for action. SNC not having authority to take any action on the project described in my letter does not preclude SNC channeling my valid and grave concern to the proper state agency that does have authority to take action on the project described in my letter. Please recognize the urgency of this concern and take action immediately to protect the Stanislaus National Forest, Calaveras Big Tree State Park, and our forest communities from this forewarned preventable disaster. Thank you very much. My name is Christopher Buttner.
Thank you, Mr. Buttner. The next